In the quiet city of Glenwood, a killer emerged. One who didn't just take lives, but turned murder into a twisted form of art. Detective James Maxwell had never seen anything like it. Each crime scene was a masterpiece, designed with meticulous detail. The victims were placed in poses that reflected famous works of art, but with a horrifying twist. The first victim was found draped over a chair like in Picasso's The Weeping Woman, her face carved into an eternal expression of sorrow. The second was suspended from the ceiling, mirroring Michelangelo's The Creation of Adam, but with his hands severed and placed near his feet. The media named the killer the Artist of Death. James and his team raced against time as the body count rose. They couldn't find any connection between the victims, no common thread to tie them together. But James knew there had to be something hidden in plain sight. One night, while reviewing the crime scene photos, James noticed a subtle pattern. Each victim had a small, almost invisible symbol carved into their skin, a signature of sorts. It was the Greek letter phi, a symbol of perfect proportion, also known as the golden ratio. The killer wasn't just creating art, he was obsessed with perfection. With this new clue, James dug deeper into the history of art and mathematics, trying to find someone who could be so obsessed with the concept of perfection that they would kill for it. His investigation led him to an eccentric art professor, Dr. Glenwood, who had a history of mental instability and an unhealthy obsession with the golden ratio. James confronted Dr. Smith at his isolated mansion. The place was filled with sketches and models, all centered around the idea of perfect proportion. Dr. Smith didn't deny the killings. In fact, he seemed proud of them. "I've been perfecting my art," he said calmly. "Every piece I create brings me closer to the ultimate masterpiece." James knew he had to end it. But as he approached, Dr. Smith triggered a hidden mechanism. The entire room began to shift, turning into a deadly trap. James had to think fast, using his knowledge of art and geometry to navigate the maze of moving walls and deadly spikes. In the end, James managed to corner Dr. Smith and bring him to justice. But even as the killer was led away in handcuffs, he smiled. "This isn't over, detective," he whispered. "Perfection is never over."